Hey buddy, this is John with Planet Tech, and today we're going to be going over the RGM game engine. So I go to Realm 667, which is basically where you can get a whole bunch of like Doom 1, 2, and like pseudo 3D game textures, weapons, blah blah blah. So I'll put the link down below where you guys can download all this stuff. But I am currently extracting it from, this is Slade. It is a extractor for stuff. So there's like a tree, some items that we're going to be using, and this is kind of like sci-fi-ish WAD pack. So WAD packs are basically like zip files, but like really older ones. It's a almost sci-fi pack. It has some fantasy items in it too. Like there's a key or something like there. We're going to be using this for our game. So I'm going to be extracting this. There's a couple ways you can do that. You can let's go to the HUD. There we go, HUD. We're going to extract it, so it's going to export it. This is the file where we're going to be. I'm going to export it to not textures. Create a new file. New. There we go. New folder. Game textures. Double click, and we're going to say .png. And boom, it saves that as the PNG. Actually, hold on guys, it actually didn't export as a PNG. Sometimes these are really older type WAD files, so you need to go into click right on it, go to graphic, and then export as a PNG. Click there. We're going to delete that one since it actually didn't come out as the way we wanted it. Save it. Yes, we're going to replace it. And then if we resume the recording, we can double click, and there you go. There's ammo, health, probably armor. There's the continuation, like weapons and everything right there. So there's our HUD. We minimize that. What you can also do is view as or graphic, extract all. So we're gonna select. We're gonna select everything. Graphic, let's see, export as PNG. And that exports everything as a PNG. Now there's also some audio files. We're going to select those two, or group select, and then we're going to convert Doom sound into wave. And then export those. Oops, we have to do those individually. Export. Let's dot wave. Boom. Okay, we just search for dot wave and it should be here. Yeah, it works. Okay, so we have to actually export those. We group select those and then export those as dot wave. I don't think we could be able to do this, but it's, there we go. Okay, we can. So there, I don't think you could hear that, guys, but All right, now what we're going to do is, since we exported everything, we're going to go into RGM. I know we were going for some kind of a sci-fi feeling to it, but I just wanted you to see how we exported stuff from WAD files, but you can also import your own. So you can go to like Paint or Microsoft Paint or Paint.net or GIMP, and you can actually create your own textures, and then you can actually import them. So we can do that real quick. So here we go, and we need a RGM requires import flooring and ceiling. Go 128 by 128 texture. So we're going to go to Paint. We're going to resize pixels, so 128 by 128. Import, and we're going to just create a solid black. We're going to paint that real quick. Dude. And then we're going to paint. So we're going to do an eraser. There we go, a little happy face. Save as. Go to File. Open file location. Okay, now we have this. We're going to copy that. And we're going to paste to where you save in the same area. Unentitled bitmap. And then this is Paint, Windows Paint, and this is Paint.net. It's a little bit more advanced, a whole lot better. So go back to RGM. We're going to get a floor. We're going to shoot it, not a floor. Going to get a ceiling or wall. Walls, import wall texture. Boom, there you go. Oh, it must be 120 by 128. Resize pixels and make sure maintain aspect ratio is off. 128 by 128. Okay, and we're going to save that again. Okay, now we're going to go not into Slate but RGM. Select that, close, and now we can have a happy face wall. Actually, let's open up a world. No, we're not going to say that. We're going to load world 1, and I'm going to put some happy faces around here. We're going to create the game. Level must be created. Okay, so we have to save it first. Level 1, yes, override, create game, making the game. And we're just going to save this in the same file, so everything is basically where we need it to be. Boom, and then this is game demo, enter. We're going to execute said game. We still have all the default stuff. We're going to change that in next couple of videos. Do we have to collect our gun before we collect anything else? As you can see, here is our cubes. There we go. And we need any help? No, we're good. But if we go into help, oh, not available. Sound settings. And we can use the mouse, even though it's not as good. And we can kill some alien bugs. And then if you just want to import a texture, walls, import wall textures, select, we're going to go to desktop, since I actually have pretty awesome one on desktop, but not bitmap, PNG. I'm just showing you guys how to like do everything in case you want to be like, I don't want to wait for part 1, part 2, I want to see everything. And this is how you import it. Close. We're going to replace our happy faces with these sci-fi walls. We're going to save world 1. Yes. We're going to create the game. Demo. Boom, boom. Demo world, or world demo, whatever. Execute game. Yes. New game. As you can see, we have some sci-fi stuff. And click some ammo. So yeah, even though it is pixelated, it does give it like a, oh cool, it actually looks kind of awesome feel to it. So if we actually import some more of those, we go walls, import a wall, desktop, textures, PNG. So you can import TGA, PNG, and bitmap. And see, we can import a wall. Let's just import this wall. Yep. And then what we're going to do is do floor and ceilings. So that, go to desktop, textures, the PNG. Let's see, that's going to be our ceiling. But that's his floor. Let's replace that. Auto defaults to bitmap. So that's going to be our floor. This is going to be our ceiling. PNG. It's going to be your ceiling. Hit close. I'm going to replace these walls with these. And then doors. Doors. Import door. There you go. Okay. PNG. Door. There we go. So we're going to have our basic door. And then we're going to have our next level door. Import next level door. PNG. And we'll do this door. Okay. Makes up a little bit more fancy. And then we got these. And then we got this door. Got some computers all around the place. Ammo, key. Oops. Let's do next level door. Next level door is going to be right there. And like a server room. Okay. So we're going to save the world. Override it. Create the world. So it's compiling everything. It's retexturing everything. And then what we're going to do is we're going to paste there. Save over that. Hit yes. Create. Oh, we already did that. So hit cancel on that. Execute said game. Enter. Enter. I think the only issue is that these are like 1024 by 1024, so we actually like shrink them down. Because as you can see, it gets really, really repetitive in the end. Or you have to create lots of rooms. It's really kind of hard to see. And then let's check out those. Yeah, those enemies just like. And we gotta change these enemies because they do not move at all. Okay. And what's gonna be really good about the Copper Cube engine is that when we start doing this very simple like 3D stuff, when you get near one of these computers, it's actually gonna make a 3D computer sound. And that's a simple level. The only issue is that you cannot change ceilings determining, you know, like certain rooms or whatever. So let's import some more walls, import wall textures. Desktop textures, PNG. We got a tech wall. A vent in case we like need air circulation. A hall, that's not what we need. Okay, there we go. So we can like change out some of this stuff. And some different, like, just change it up here and there. Computers in the back room. Computers over here. And then save the world. Save over it. And see how this looks. Create the world. And paste that. Save over that. Execute the game. New game. Then we need to pick up our gun. We're going to edit that sprite. Here's some computers. We get to look at the other computers. And then the walls. So we did change those. We have to see how they look. They don't look too bad. They actually look pretty good. These air vents, and then again in Copper Cube 5, since we can't do effects in here, we can put like air sprites to actually come out of those air vents, and they actually look pretty good here. We have these wall computers again. This gigantic wall of whatever color that is. And then there you go. Alright, so now what we're going to be doing is basically changing the GUI, so like the menus, the HUDs and everything, and then we're going to be changing like keys, so they're more like sci-fi keys. We're going to be implementing like zombie enemies, And then since we can't put in any story or anything like that, it's basically just shoot enemies and move on to the next level. But we're going to be actually integrating more rooms. Since we have a huge like level here, we're going to be integrating finding items, shooting enemies, not just finding one key. And what's really sad is that you could be finding sub keys, or in this case you could also be finding treasure. So I guess it's collectible stuff. And then we have sprites for like decorative objects in the level. So that's actually what we're going to be doing next is enemies, and then weapons and sprites in the inside, and then basically just creating a little mini game, because at that point we're going to be done with this engine. And then we're going to be doing all this in Copper Cube 5, where we can actually expand on this a whole lot. So we're actually going to be keeping this limited. So we're going to be keeping all the sprite enemies, so no 3D enemies or anything like that. The only thing that actually would be 3D is the actual level. Everything else will be sprites, but we're going to be integrating or building our own ammo switching system, since a lot of you actually want that. And like effects when enemies die, and effects that come out of the wall when you have like air vents, and a little bit smarter enemies. I mean, you can make them smarter in here. They're already like, they're just dumb by default. And I haven't implemented any enemy sprites yet, but that's actually going to be the next video, and that should be actually the last video. So it's just 3 videos, and then 3 or 4 videos for Copy Cube, since it's a little bit more complex and we can do more with it. So hopefully you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe. We basically just covered importing and creating your own sprites. And then in the enemy sprites, it's going to be dealing with like basically importing your own custom like weapons and the effects that they do and everything. So we're going to be doing those stages for that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.